All right, let's dive into this really fascinating concept of prana. You've probably heard the word kicked around, life force, vital energy, but what is it, really? And more importantly, how can you actually cultivate it? Well, today we're going to dig into an ancient yogic text and break down the practical steps for developing this fundamental energy. First off, you've got to appreciate just how deep this idea goes. We're not just talking about some simple breathing exercises here. This is about connecting with something truly profound. As this ancient quote from the Upanishads suggests, prana is seen as the very essence of intelligent, immortal life itself. It really sets the stage for a journey that's both physical and, yet, deeply spiritual. So what exactly is this energy we're talking about? Okay, so let's get a simple definition on the table. At its very core, prana is understood as the spiritual energy of the air. It's that invisible force that animates all living things. And the main way we interact with it, our primary gateway, is through our breath. So where do we even begin? Well, it all starts with our very first, most powerful instrument, our own breath. According to this ancient wisdom, our breath is the most direct and potent tool we have for influencing and, increasing our prana, using a set of techniques we call pranayama. Now, this is a really key insight. Prana isn't just boasted by breathing in and out. The real power, the secret sauce, comes from the prolonged retention of the breath. But, and this is crucial, there's a condition for this to work. Your body has to be still, and your senses have to be under control. And this slide just illustrates so perfectly why that stillness is so critical. Think about it. When your body is agitated or you're stressed out, prana just can't move freely. It gets stuck. Your mind gets yanked around by every little impulse, and your senses are totally in the driver's seat. But when you're in a calm, relaxed state, the whole system shifts. Prana stabilizes. You regain control over your senses, and your mind finally finds some peace. So bottom line, a calm body is the foundation for any kind of pranic work. So how do you start building that foundation? Here is a super simple but really powerful ratio to try. You just inhale calmly and naturally, and then you make your exhalation last about twice as long. Hey, you can even try it right now. A gentle inhale for a count of, say, 4, and then a slow, steady exhale for a count of 8. This simple rhythm is designed to calm your whole nervous system and stabilize that prana. And if you really want to level up your practice, timing matters. The source points to a very specific window, known as Brahma Muhurta, which is about 1 to 2 hours before sunrise. So why then? Well, this is considered the time when the atmosphere is most charged with prana and the mind is naturally quieter. It's really the ideal time for deep practice before the rest of the world wakes up. All right, let's move on and see how we can build on this, moving from the physical to the mental. Because beyond just the breath work, mindful meditation is another huge piece of the puzzle for expanding your awareness and cultivating prana. And this involves shifting your focus in some pretty unique ways. This question really gets to the heart of a powerful meditative technique. I mean, think about it. We are so used to focusing on objects, a chair, a tree, a thought. But what happens when we flip that script and shift our attention to the space around those objects? So here's the practice in action. Instead of looking at the leaves on a tree, you try to notice the space between the leaves. Instead of focusing on the furniture in a room, you focus on the empty space the furniture is sitting in. It's a way of training your mind to see reality differently, to see the underlying space and connection in everything, instead of just a world of separate objects. It really helps dissolve that feeling of separation. And the text offers a whole menu of paths to this state of mind. You could lie down and just gaze at a big, cloudless sky to merge your awareness with that vastness. Or at night, watch the stars pop out one by one, connecting you to that cosmic scale. You can also turn inward and meditate on the infinite space within your own heart, which is a classic technique for finding inner peace. And of course, there's the practice of simple mindfulness, known as vipassana, which just means seeing things as they really are by simply observing your breath without trying to change a thing. Cultivating prana isn't just about what you do when you're sitting down to practice. It's about how you live your life day to day. This next section shows how your environment and your choices can either support or drain your energy. Now, here's a beautiful, really subtle idea. Prana isn't just in the air we breathe. It's also a kind of cosmic sound vibration known as nada. What this means is that the sounds you surround yourself with can either drain you or energize you. The source specifically recommends music like Indian ragas, which are these complex melodic patterns designed to tune your nervous system to these universal vibrations. And get this, even the colors in your environment can play a role.
The source points to two in particular: deep, dark blue, which helps you connect to that infinite cosmic space we were just talking about, and vibrant emerald green, which represents the life force of nature here on Earth. The idea is to surround yourself with visual cues that resonate with the energy you want to build. And of course, diet is absolutely key. The focus is on light, fresh, vibrant foods. Herbs like brahmi, which you might know as gotukola, and fresh spices like cilantro are recommended. And lots of greens and sprouts. The principle here is pretty simple. You want to consume foods that are themselves full of life force to keep your own internal system light and receptive. Okay, so we've covered breaths, mind, and lifestyle. Now let's get into some of the more subtle tools mentioned in the source for really refining and directing your pranic energy.
Mantras are incredibly powerful for this. Think of them like sacred sound formulas that can directly influence your energy. The text explains that when your prana gets agitated or scattered, and we all know that feeling, simple calming mantras like Shanti, which means peace, or Ram, can be used to verbally and vibrationally settle and ground your entire system. Now, in the yogic tradition, you can think of different deities as personifications of specific cosmic energies. By focusing on these archetypes, a practitioner can tune into that energy. For instance, Hanuman represents the power of prana itself, so he's revered for helping with mastery over it. Bhuveshwari embodies cosmic space, helping to create more room for that life force to expand. And there are even really advanced practices, like working with Bagala, to consciously stop the flow of prana, a highly specialized technique for sure. And finally, here's a really fascinating link between Vedic astrology and yogic practice. The text suggests that certain gemstones can actually influence prana. The idea is that gems related to the planet Saturn, like blue sapphire, resonate with the energy of the middle finger. Meanwhile, gems from Mercury, like emerald, align with a little finger. It's this incredible connection between the vast cosmos and the subtle energy channels right in our own bodies. So as you can see, this is a truly holistic practice. Developing prana isn't about mastering one single trick. It's a totally integrated journey that involves your breath, your mind, your diet, and even the sounds, colors, and subtle energies that you surround yourself with. Ultimately, all of these ancient tools point back to a simple yet incredibly profound truth. Your breath is your life force. It's a source of incredible power that's available to you in every single moment. So the question this wisdom leaves us with is a really personal one. How will you choose to direct it?